Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com. Today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge bath sconce called the Glissade. This is the 20221. I happen to have it right here, which is awesome. Hubbardton Forge says this is an LED bath sconce, but you know what? I think this can go all kinds of different places. For some of the reasons that it's very flush to the wall, but even beyond that, you can use this pointing up. So it can point up like this, which means that it'll be washing the wall above it, which would be great for, let's say, flanking fireplaces or in a dining room or down a hallway. And then, if you want to use it in a bathroom, you actually just point it down and it'll put a nice amount of light down on that counter for you. So, let's get into some details on this. So let's talk about size. So it is 5 inches high, and that's really the size of this back plate because that's the highest point. So 5 inches up, 30 inches in length going that way. Projection from the wall coming out this way is coming out at 6.2, and that's going to go from here to here. This box in the back, that's going to go on your standard junction box. This is coming in at 5 inches tall, and it's going to come at 4.5 inches wide. I want to show you a little bit more information about that. How we're going to do it is we're going to look at the installations instructions. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over on that side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. So open that up for me. So a couple things about it. It is going to show you how it gets put together, which is really simple. This bracket which comes with it, which goes into the back there, that's going to go over your standard 4-inch junction box. This is what you guys have on your wall in your house or your building where you are. This is a low voltage dedicated LED fixture. It's going to be using just regular line voltage coming out of your building or your house, and there's a transformer hiding right here that's going to transform that into low voltage going into this strip of LEDs. Very, very cool. So take advantage of that installations PDF, and it's going to show you a full parts list. It's good to have that in front of you before you buy anything. It gives you an idea of what things are like inside and inside the back plate, so you're good to go there. Let's talk about a couple of things. Let's touch on finish really quick. You'll notice that this is available in that pull-down menu in only select finishes. But let's say you're looking to use this with dark smoke, 07, 05 bronze, 08 burnished steel, something like that. We do custom finishes for this to match up to those finishes, so don't be afraid to ask. You would drop me a quick email, so you're looking at a 2022221, and let's say you need it to be in dark smoke, and then I send your email through the customs department where it's going to come back with an answer. They assign a quote number to it, and it adds just a little time and money, but we do it every day. It's not a big deal. Okay, that's for that. Let's talk about the star of the show, though. That's going to be the glass on this, and this is an amazing piece of hand-poured glass. And what they do is Hubbardton Forge has this amazing collection of glass makers from around the world. This is hand-poured into a mold, and then they come in and they basically drop shards of broken glass into it. It goes back into an oven in a kiln, melts it down, so it's nice and smooth and doesn't have the little sharp edges on it, but it's really cool, and I want to give you the opportunity to really check it out. So it is cool. You know, I would probably just leave this on my table for a little while and admire it as art at the end of the day. And this basically looks exactly like what ice in Vermont in the wintertime looks like around our lakes and streams. The designer of this fixture, Andy Mortar at Hubbardton Forge, basically went out into the woods and checked out our checked out our ice and came up with a design for glass that basically looks just like it. And the word Glissade basically is a word about scaling ice. It really means a skillful glide over ice in a steep descent. So check that out. Okay, so moving on. Let's talk about a couple other things about this. Let's talk about what's going on as far as the lamping goes in this. This is going to be a 7.2 watt LED. Okay, that's going to give you 650 lumens, which is pretty important. So it's also 3000 Kelvin, and that's really what I love to use in our showroom. And if you ever watch any of those other videos I do with Hubbardton Forge, and you're allowed to choose your bulb, we always talk about the color temperatures, and I always zero back into that 3000 Kelvin. The light coming down on us right now, this is 3000 Kelvin, and it's a nice warm glow. It's like the middle of the road. It's called warm white, and that's what we like here. It's also a dimmable fixture. If you're going to be using this in a bathroom, you probably don't need to dim it. But if you're going to be using this in other places like hallways and dining rooms and living rooms, I would probably put it on a dimmer. Make sure you tell your installer that you're going to be using a dimmable LED, so they put the correct dimmer on the wall for you. It's also just going to, like I said, hang from a normal junction box. This is coming in at 9 pounds, so it's not that heavy, and you're good to go there. let's get into finishes now. If you're on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over on this side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a tab. It's going to say Finishes Help Guide. Click on that for me. There's going to be a video on there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton forged finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be talking about a chart a little farther down on the page. You'll see it next to me here. It's going to kind of go over the differences between heavy forging and non-heavy forging, and it'll be talked about in that video. So it's really important that you kind of watch the video, use the chart. You can click on that chart on different things. So you can click on dark smoke and a big page will pop up and show you lots of different things in dark smoke. Click on burnished steel or natural iron, it'll do the same thing. But it's really important that you understand how Hubbardton Forge's finishes are kind of divided into translucent and opaque and how they can look on different fixtures. Our showroom in Vermont has we're up to 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's on Display page. It's way up there in those red tabs again, so click on that and you can see what we have to show you. That changes all the time because we're always adding things as they come out. Showroom's open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. We have an amazing clearance center here too. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. If you were coming to visit us, bring a good-sized vehicle, something like a big SUV or maybe a small truck or something like that, because you might find something in the clearance center that you want to take home, and it's a lot of fun to go through. 75% off MSRP is an amazing bargain, so you should really take advantage of it if you can. Like I said, we're open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You can call us at 802-446-2400 during business hours. You can email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all the time. We love to answer emails. When you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont, and we're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. No one else even comes close to that. Some larger items are non-returnable. We'll always tell you about that. It'll be in the description thing, that part of the description underneath on the very bottom. So keep an eye out for that. We also offer a rush program. Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. They don't stock anything. That's how you're going to get all your finishes, your adjustable ranges to play with, all those things. We can cut that time in half, and it's super inexpensive. If you want to know more, drop a quick email, and I'll walk you through the whole thing, okay? So, if you guys have any other questions, let me know. Love to see you in our showroom sometime, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.